surely regret your whole life if you even skip a second of this video. Disclaimer. These psychological principles should be used to foster positive and constructive interactions, not to manipulate or deceive. Always consider the well-being and autonomy of others in your actions. Let's get started. Trick 1. Reciprocity principle of reciprocity is a powerful social norm. It dictates that when someone does something for us, we feel compelled to return the favor. This principle is deeply ingrained in human psychology and social interactions. Offer genuine help without expecting anything in return. For instance, if you buy a colleague coffee, they might feel more inclined to assist you with a project later. The key is to provide value first. For example, you might spend time helping a friend organize their workspace. Later, if you need assistance with a task, they will likely be more willing to help you, driven by the subconscious desire to reciprocate the kindness. Trick 2. Foot in the door technique. This technique involves starting with a small request that is easy for the other person to agree to. Once they have complied with the small request, they are more likely to comply with a larger request because they want to appear consistent in their behavior. Begin by asking for small, reasonable favors. For instance, if you're working on a group project, you might first ask a team member to review a section of your work. After they agree and do so, you can then ask for more substantial help, such as co-authoring a report. The initial small commitment increases the likelihood that they will agree to the larger request. Trick 3. Door in the face technique. This technique involves making a large request that you expect to be refused. After the refusal, you follow up with a smaller, more reasonable request. The person is more likely to agree to the second request because it seems more manageable by comparison. Ensure your requests are within reason. For example, if you're raising funds for a charity, you might first ask someone to donate a large sum, such as $100. When they decline, you then ask for a smaller amount, like $10. The contrast makes the smaller request seem much more reasonable, increasing the likelihood of compliance. Trick 4. The scarcity principle. The scarcity principle suggests that people value things more when they perceive them to be scarce or in limited supply. This principle can trigger a fear of missing out, driving people to take action. Highlight the uniqueness or limited availability of a product or service truthfully. For example, if you're selling handmade crafts, you might emphasize that each item is unique and only a limited number are available. This genuine scarcity can motivate potential buyers to make a purchase sooner rather than later. Trick 5. Social proof. Social proof is the psychological phenomenon where people assume the actions of others in an attempt to reflect correct behavior for a given situation. This is particularly powerful in situations of uncertainty. Share genuine testimonials and reviews from satisfied customers. For example, if you run an online store, displaying customer testimonials and positive reviews can build trust and influence potential buyers. When people see that others have had a good experience, they are more likely to follow suit. Trick 6. The liking principle. People are more likely to be influenced by those they like. This principle is based on the idea that we are more inclined to say yes to the requests of people we know and like. Build genuine relationships and show sincere interest in others. For instance, take the time to get to know your colleagues, listen to their concerns, and show appreciation for their contributions. This authentic approach fosters positive relationships, making it more likely that people will want to help you when you need it. Trick 7. The authority principle. People tend to obey authority figures. This principle is rooted in the socialization process, where we are taught to respect and follow the guidance of authoritative figures. Establish your credibility and expertise truthfully. For example, if you are leading a team, share your relevant experience and qualifications. By demonstrating your expertise and knowledge, you can gain the trust and respect of your team, making them more likely to follow your guidance. Trick 8. The consistency principle. Consistency principle is based on the idea that people prefer to act in ways that are consistent with their previous behaviors and beliefs. Once people commit to something, they are more likely to follow through to maintain consistency. Encourage commitments that align with a person's values. For example, if a friend has expressed interest in leading a healthier lifestyle, suggest small, manageable changes like taking a daily walk or substituting a healthy snack for an unhealthy one. These small commitments can lead to larger, consistent behavior changes over time. Trick 9. The halo effect. The halo effect is a cognitive bias where our overall impression of a person influences how we feel and think about their character. Essentially, if we see someone excel in one area, we tend to assume they will excel in others as well. Present yourself positively and professionally. For example, if you're going for a job interview, dressing well, maintaining good posture, and displaying confident body language can create a positive overall impression. This can lead the interviewer to assume you possess other desirable qualities, increasing your chances of getting the job. Framing effect. The framing effect occurs when people react to a particular choice depending on how it is presented. People tend to avoid risks when a positive frame is presented, but seek risks when a negative frame is presented. For example, if you are presenting a business proposal, emphasize the potential benefits and opportunities rather than the risks and challenges. Instead of saying, there's a 10% chance of failure, say, there's a 90% chance of success. This positive framing can influence how others perceive and respond to your proposal. Bonus trick. The Pygmalion effect. The Pygmalion effect is a psychological phenomenon where higher expectations lead to an increase in performance. When people believe in their potential for success, they are more likely to achieve it. Set high but realistic expectations for yourself and others. For example, as a manager, expressing your confidence in a team member's ability to handle a challenging project can boost their self-esteem and performance. By fostering a positive and supportive environment, you can help others achieve their full potential. After knowing this much tricks, you will surely win the game of love, communication, and many more. Subscribe.